I can stop to recognize you, Fubara threatens River State lawmakers. I think it is time for that. I tell you, I can de-recognize you, Fubara tells the River State House of Assembly members. I think it has gotten to a point, yes, where the face-off will stop being diplomatic. It has to go fire for fire. Because with the way River State House of Assembly is behaving, like it's just unfortunate that they are trying to make the state, or they've started making the state ungovernable for Fubara. How can in the past 1 month or thereabout, you have passed 3 different laws, approved 3 different laws without the assent and consent of the River State governor? Is that how it is done? And you are hinging on the section 100 subsection 5 of the 1999 constitution, which gives you autonomous power to override the power of the governor in approving laws without his consent. How? Fubara should go and challenge this in the law court. Every section of the law will have a caveat and will have a connotation as well. So what does it connote? We need to understand. Okay, so with all that is happening in the River State Assembly led by Martin Amewule, Fubara is not threatening that he will stop recognizing them. But the question is it just to stop recognizing them? And if you stop recognizing them, how would you work together? Because the Constitution binds 3 of you, even though there is autonomy between the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Okay, the law binds them because it's a perfect division of labor, division of roles and responsibilities. So the River State will make the law, the executive will review it and approve it, and then the judiciary will go and implement. That is how it is done. So now that the River State is making the law and approving it, no, there is no systemic control in that. That means they can make any law anyhow they want it, approve it, and implement it without the governor's consent, without the judiciary. No, that autonomy is without control, and it cannot stand. Something has to be done. Checks have to be put somewhere. Okay. The governor, similarly Fubara of River State, on Monday lashed out at members of the River State House of Assembly, saying they do not exist. Fubara said the peace accord he signed with his predecessor, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, was political. Hence, he can recognize them as lawmakers. Can you imagine? So he spoke while addressing a delegation of political and traditional leaders from Bayelsa State who visited him at the government house in Port Harcourt, the state capital, to seek an end to the political crisis in Rivers State and improve relationship between both states. Can you imagine? So it was in that meeting that he tried to tell them that, look, this state house assembly is just becoming something else. They are giving me too much headache and too much trouble. I can stop recognizing them. They do not exist. That is it. So, but they do exist by law, because if they are making law and approving it without your consent, then there's trouble. Okay? The peace accord they signed, they said it's political. Well, that is a very heavy statement, saying that the peace accord is signed with Wike is political, so to just that peace can reign in the state. That tells me that it is signing with your mind, and that tells me that the battle between you and Wike and Tinubu continues. It means that you are ready to throw it away and do whatever you want to do. But again, he is the executive officer of the state, the CEO of the state. So I think he needs to stand his ground and hinge on the constitution, identify the loopholes in the constitution that will affect him, and find a legal means of patching them up so that he can stand strong. Because these lawmakers, they don't mean well for you. They really don't mean well for Fubara. I'm telling the truth. They don't mean well for Fubara. So now a group from the Bayelsa State elders or so came, or a delegation from Bayelsa State came to Rivers to intervene between the trouble, in the trouble between him and the Wike, so that they can improve the relationship between Rivers and Bayelsa. We understand that Bayelsa was carved out of Rivers State. Okay, so they remain brothers. Directly, they remain brothers. But right now, with the way it is, the trouble is just getting too much, and I'm sure probably they're not relating well anymore because of what is happening. But the both states are PDP states, okay? So, and this matter is a PDP matter. So why can't the PDP at state level and PDP at national level solve this problem? And probably it's because Wiki is not stronger than PDP put together in the whole Nigeria. And that is why he's disorganizing things ahead. And that is why, because he has so much money with him at his disposal, he can buy anybody. And unfortunately, Nigerian politicians can be bought easily. They just have price tag on them. Just pay the price and you get them to your side. That is exactly who they are. Buy money for hand, back for ground. So that is the kind of politicians that we have in the country now, and that is why Wike is having his way in PDP. So, but unfortunately, what Fubara is saying here is that he's ready to fight back. That is what it means. So they do not exist. He is not seeing them. Okay? He's not seeing them. They do not exist. The agreement he signed with Wike and Tinubu was political. Hence, he can do whatever he wants in the state. So, and on the other end, we have also seen the State House Assembly also sending a warning and a new fresh threat to Fubara, telling him that they will continue to make things difficult for him if he fails to do the needful. If he stops all these contract things he's awarding without following due process. What is the due process? And in their letter, or rather in their address, they are claiming that they're trying to safeguard taxpayers' money in the River State to prevent spending the taxpayers' money with impunity and without any recourse for following due process. This is serious, so I'm telling you. It's a very serious one. So right in the comment section, somebody saying, your next budget presentation, we will see where you will take it to. You escaped the previous one because of the kangaroo house you hastily arranged. That will not happen again. Then we will see if you will beg heavens or not. Can you imagine? So this person is already talking from the southwest, not even a member of, not even a River State person. But I'm sure this person is in APC, because this is the typical statement you get from APC, since the Martin Amewule Assembly defected from PDP to APC. So it's more like PDP in the executive, APC in the legislature. And that is a very bad mixture. Only God knows how they... And that would have supposed to form a very healthy combination, a very healthy debate to provide good governance. Unfortunately, it has turned to warfare too. A very unfortunate situation, I must tell you the truth. So Fubara, I pity Fubara again, even though he's saying that he does not recognize them, they do not exist in his eyes. He still has a long way to go with these people. They don't mean well for him. They've decided to make the state ungovernable for him. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.